What's up, world? Today I got my van and I got some new parts for it, and I'm going to show you what they are and what it takes to put them on. So I got these like that. These shims basically, and they're angled. Yeah, the top is thicker than the bottom by about 1.5 degrees. Also, it comes with these bolts and washers. Them are like some ball and seat kind of style. That's where the ball end goes, and it allows this to be at an angle when you put them on, because essentially that hub and the rear trailing arm go in between. It sandwiches this, so it kicks it out, either if your van's like super lifted or if it's lowered like mine is, and it gets the adjustment on your control arms, on your trailing arms, back to where you can like adjust them, because they'll either be maxed out one way or maxed out the other to try to get the wheel camber right. So these will kick it back into an adjustable like range. I ordered these from Brickworks. They're from the UK, and I am in the States. They got here super quick because I ordered it express, which was like one of their only like options. I think there was 3 different options, but it was like for the price. I just ordered them and they came super quick. I'm gonna be putting these on with the bolts and whatever else comes around, comes up. So I guess we're gonna get started on putting these on. It's been a while. It's been some months, but now that the weather's come back around, I can come outside again and make videos. So I got the wheel off, and now I've been looking at this, and I gotta take the caliper off. Caliper off this like hub, I guess you could say, and the disc will come off. Axle nut, them, and it should all come off, so I can get these guys on. It's pretty basic stuff. Alright, so when you take off this hub off this van, I made this tool, or you can use something else, but I made this tool and I already got it loose, but I'm just showing you for demonstration. You put this on and it holds this in place because that hits the ground. So when you loosen this, when you loosen that, this hub cannot move. And then it loosens a nut and you can get it off and you're good. And also when you tighten it, you flip it around this way, line them up, this on the ground, and then you can tighten that without this moving and without you absolutely killing your rear end, and they help a ton. You can probably just get a piece of steel that fits like in between here, and then have that go on the ground like this. There. I don't know if that would bend that or not, but I mean, you could try. Yeah, so I'm gonna take this hub off, take the brake off and the brake mount that I got, and then start taking them off, and then I can put these shims on. So this isn't too bad. I'm getting stuff done. So I got this brake setup off, and now I just need to bust these things loose, slide this off, and put my little shim in there. I gotta make sure it's on the right way, because I gotta kick the tire. Let's see, they're like this. So I gotta put the thick side on the top, and that'll bring it back within an adjustable range. Alrighty. So I got this thing loose and it's about to come off. Is there a mallet in the garage? There we go. Couple whacks. Yeah. Couple hits with a mallet. And this, I gotta make sure I put it on right. Just goes there, and yeah, that sandwiches that. And I got these cool little washers with it, and that allows it to be on a little angle. So I'm gonna put this stuff on and make some stuff happen. Alright, so I just measured these, and the bottom is about 6.5 and the top is like 10. Well, the thicker part's 10, which for me is the top. So when these are on, oh yeah, you can see that it's thinner at the bottom. Yeah, so when it's on, whoa, that was close. Just gonna straighten out my wheels, and my tires aren't gonna wear dumb. So I'm gonna start cleaning this up, and I guess I'm gonna stick these on, stick the bolts in, and then I'll pick this camera back up and fill you in. Got that clean, and time to put them on. I just want to say something real quick though, because I didn't realize. I forgot that there's that race, and it was in this, and if you flip that hub over, it'll fall out right in the dirt. So you need to make sure that's like, you got that out. Make sure there's no dirt and crap all on here, because it's going to go right in your bearings. I'm going to put another little bit of grease in there. Yeah, I'll put a little bit of grease in there, and just make sure everything is clean, so it seats like good and not a bunch of sand and crap in between. So them are next. This is just personal, but I always put a little bit of anti-seize on my bolts, anti-seize, whatever you want to call it, because I'm trying to be able to get these off next time. So yeah, put it on, you won't regret it. Alright, so the one thing about anti-seize is when you torque stuff with your good old beam torque wrench, you gotta make sure you reduce that torque. I don't know the exact value, but I do 15%, like 10-15%. So the torque on this is 140 Newton meters, and I just did like 120. I don't know if that's right. Is that right? Well, 10% of 140 would be 14, right? Whatever. I did like 120. So I reduced it a little bit because these bolts have anti-seize on them, and the anti-seize acts as a lubricant on the thread, which makes the thread tighten tighter to get, with the same amount of torque, the thread tightens tighter because there's a lubricant on it. I'm sure there's some scientific like way to do this or measure this, but I just reduced my torque so it only stretches the bolt like the same as it would without it. And some bolts specify to have a oiled thread or a dry thread. It just all depends on what you're working on. A lot of bolts, like in the engine or cylinder head bolts, or well, on Subarus, cylinder head bolts require you to have oil on them, and you know, some bolts no. But if you do, you're practically oiling it with anti-seize, so reduce your torque and the same torque will be applied. That was good. That was good. Here it is. Thin sides down, and the lower has these threaded, and then the upper is just a single threaded one. But you can clearly see the taper on that. It's all clean over here. So yeah, and the center bore clears. There's a step right there, and it clears that, so it looks like a pretty good fitting piece. I can't wait to get this on so I can look at this side compared to the other side and see if there's a difference. I might even try to measure it, see if there's like because these should be 1.5. That's what it says at least. So I'm gonna get this thing on. I got one on, and it looks pretty sweet. Bolts in there, plate, and you can see from the back how thin the bottom is and how thick the top side is, even though the top's overexposed because of sun. But yeah, dude, these things are so freaking sweet, aren't they?
No.
These things are cool.
No.
Yeah, so one's on, and I'm gonna put this wheel and everything back on and see what the difference is from the backside, because now it'll be like this side will be kicked out and this side will be kind of kicked in, because these springs, I got Weitec springs. I forget how much they lower it. Maybe like a little over an inch, 30 mil or something. So these will help me out, get me back in shape. Got it all together. So I'm gonna pressure wash all this stuff, because I don't know if you can see that, but there's just some nasty stuff that's like built up, and that's all everything's just dirt. So hours have passed. I've been helping my brother on his car over here, and you can see. All right, let's start with this. All right, now you can see, maybe if the sun will get out, you can see that back wheel and how it's kicked in a little bit from the front. Like if you look at the front wheel and look at the back, it's a little kicked in. All right, now you come over here and you can see the front wheel, and if you look at the back, oh man, that is freaking sweet. That back wheel is almost that's like straight. Go back to this one. That thing is super crooked. And I'll try to get up under here. There it is in all its glory. Got that shim, you can see it thin on the bottom, thick on the top. Them wave, not the wave, the that special, and it's got that special washer on it that allows it to be a little off, a little crooked, and we're good. This thing is straight. So that was close. Tomorrow I'm gonna do this one for this side, and I'll probably look at this footage tonight, see if I miss anything, and I'm gonna do a video on my brakes and my brake setup that I got. So that's coming. This wasn't too bad to do, really. I kind of took all day, but it doesn't really need to. You could probably knock it out in like a couple hours with the right tools, but not that bad. And it straightens your wheel out in a lowered van or a lifted van. So definitely worth my, I think it was like, how much was this? 90 pounds? 130 pounds. I don't know. It was under $200. And I also got a license plate frame. Is that what you call them? I got this one on here. And it's some random dealer in Germany. So I figured I'd rep Brickworks. So I bought theirs. It was like 5 pounds, so not that much. I'm gonna wrap this stuff up, call it a day, and do the other shot tomorrow.